What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another Custom Scion Races cast. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our teal Xayid player, Yu. Yu typically plays the Chiron, so it's an interesting change to see him playing the Xayid. Now, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our purple Zerg player, SepeSusi, also potentially known as the legendary Serral, but I don't know for sure if this is the real Serral. For some reason, I feel like SepeSusi is not in the Scion clan, so this might be a fan of Serral's. I do know Yu is a Grandmaster level player, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that this is the real-life Serral, and man, if we're watching Serral play a Custom Scion Races game, that would be super sick. Yu, please let me know in the comments below if this is the real Serral, or Sepe, if you come across this replay, please let me know as well if you're actually Serral. I am genuinely curious. Solstice, the creator of this mod, he did mention something about this being a fan of Serral and not the Serral himself, but regardless, we'll call him Sepe. I'll do my best not to accidentally call him Serral. Now, back to the show. If you guys are not familiar with the Custom Scion Races mod, this mod adds 3 new playable races to the StarCraft universe. It's a super sick mod. I highly recommend you guys check it out. And I'll be totally real with you guys. I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. I'm in the middle of a move. I am so tired. I think I got like 4 or 6 hours of sleep. I don't even know. And I'm delirious. I'm on like 2 very strong cups of coffee and I'm borderline dying. I'm tired, but my heart rate is so fast. I think I might be close to a heart attack, and I'm only half joking about that now. We do see Yu is throwing down an expansion in the natural base location. It does look like Sepe already has an established expansion in his natural, and he's throwing down a 3rd expansion already. So this tells me that Sepe is going for a bit of a macro playstyle. He does have a Zergling right here doing some scouting, does see that the scavenger nest, the hatchery equivalent for the Xayid, is already finished. Now, one thing that's really interesting about the Xayid, I don't cast them too much on my channel just because I don't get a lot of replays with the Xayid, is each tech building has its own set of larvae. So as we can see right here, the avian nest almost looks like a greater spire, but no, this is not a greater spire. This is the air building for the Xayid, and it has its own set of larvae, it has its own cocoon, and we have the raptors already coming down. We have what is going to be, at the same time, roamers coming to do some harassment right here. I don't know what that ability is actually, but it has super long range. And Yu able to do some damage right here, maybe able to take out a queen, does take out a queen, is running to the back of the mineral line. We'll see if he can get any worker kills, but I think Sepe actually shut this down. Taking a look at the workers killed, 0 workers killed. Taking a look at the resources lost, 300 resources lost for Yu, 200 for Sepe, so virtually even. Now, I'm actually kind of curious, what's the APM for these guys? Average APM for Sepe is 300. Man, this might actually be the real-life Serral. That's crazy APM, man, and this is a Grandmaster level game as far as I know, so we may be watching a game with Serral playing the Custom Scion Races mod. That would be sick. Here we go, we have the 3rd base getting established, already almost saturated, just 5 workers short of being fully saturated, but here we go, we have what is going to be some raptors flying towards the Zerg side of the map. The raptors are a super cool unit. I haven't played a lot with them, but they're basically mutalisks. They're very good at harassing, as we just saw. They're kind of squishy, but they do shoot up and down, and they are so annoying to deal with. It does look like Sepe did manage to spot these raptors though, so I expect he will have eyes on his main base. He does have what is going to be a spore crawler already down in the main base. We also have what is going to be a flyby into the 3rd base, and there's no spore crawler right here, so I think that was actually a decent amount of workers killed, but at the cost of quite a lot of raptors. Taking a look, 4 workers killed, so not as many as I would have expected. Taking a look at the resources lost, it's actually identical, 600 resources lost to 600, so This is still anybody's game. Taking a look at the worker supply, though, 54 workers to 45. This is almost a 10 worker supply lead in favor of Sepe, and we also have what is going to be a Zergling run by towards the third base location of Yu, but Yu does not have a lot of workers right here in the third base location, but all of them will go down. I don't know if Yu is going to try and save this or not. This isn't necessarily a tremendous amount of Zerglings. We do have what are going to be the Zayidlings coming to defend this, but Sepe running away before he loses most of those Zerglings. So very good reaction time by Sepe. The more I'm watching him, the more I'm feeling like we're actually watching a game of Serral versus Yu. So, you know what? I'm going to personally ask you if this is Serral after I finish casting this game, because this is definitely a higher level game than we're used to seeing. The only thing that's standing out to me right now is that Sepe is still on 3 bases, but it's possible he's playing a little bit defensively since we do have those Raptors on the field, and he did see them, and they're very, very good at harassing. So it's possible he doesn't want to expand just yet until he feels comfortable dealing with all these Raptors, because as we can see, they do quite a bit of damage right here. Forcing the cancel on that building will kill this will kill that queen as well. And here we go. We have the Raptors in the natural base location doing a ton of damage. Here we go. We have a couple queens chasing this away. We have 2 more queens coming to back up their sisters. So forcing these Raptors to run away, not necessarily back home, but to run to the third base location. And unfortunately, these roaches do not shoot up, and we have another Overlord that goes down. Will this second Overlord goes down? It does not. The queen's able to chase away these Raptors, forcing Yu to fly into the middle of the map. I keep wanting to say fly back home, but no, he's flying in the middle of the map, but he's right at the edge of creep. Actually, I'm curious, can he see these Raptors? He cannot see these Raptors, so just out of line of sight for that creep. There's no detection here for these Raptors, though, so these creep tumors are giving some good vision for Sepe. I almost said Serral once again. God. Here we go. We have a third base finally establishing for Yu. I would expect him to expand to that fourth base relatively soon. We do have a fourth base coming down for Sepe right here in the bottom side of the map. And this is actually a relatively big army. We have Hydralisks, we have Roaches, and we have a few Zerglings. We have this scouting Zergling, though, able to spot the location of this army. So this gives Sepe slight knowledge about the position of this army, but not fully, because right now we can see it's been a little bit since he saw the exact location of that army, but it does look like he still has a pretty good idea of where Yu is located. He's running around. He's doing a great job at keeping his army mobile and catching a lot of these Raptors off guard, actually. And here we go. I think we're going to have a pretty big engagement right here. And here we go. I think this is a bigger army for Sepe. Taking a look at the upgrades, it's 1-1 for Sepe, and we don't have any attack or armor upgrades for Yu. So Sepe is ahead in upgrades. He is letting some of his army overextend just a little bit, losing a few Roaches and Hydralisks, but actually able to bait Yu into engaging into this big army that I don't think he really wanted to engage in. So that's actually, honestly, kind of a high-level move if that was on purpose, and I think it kind of was, forcing the cancel on that fourth base. So now Sepe is going to be ahead in bases and in the worker supply as well. It's 76 workers to 62 in favor for Sepe, our purple Zerg player. We do have some Raptors able to take out some of those straggling units for the Zerg player. But man, this is going to be a rough position for Yu. He's going to have to do some serious damage to the Zerg economy if he wants to stay in this game at this point. He's behind, like I said, in bases and in worker supply. Taking a look also at the army supply, 52 army supply to 98 in favor of our purple Zerg player. So guys, I'm gonna call it now. I feel like this is kind of Sepe's game, but we've seen crazier comebacks on my channel. The game's not decided yet. Both players are still in this. I almost would expect Sepe to get a 5th base for himself right now. He doesn't have the money for it necessarily. He's doing actually a really good job at spending his money. What's his APM? His average APM just about 300. So, man, I like I said, I'm going to ask you. I feel like this could be Serral, but maybe not though. I'm having so much trouble deciding. But man, this is such a big army. Yu is being really careful to make sure he doesn't overextend and lose everything to this big ball of Zerg units. But Sepe, I think he could just run in here and destroy everything. And I think he actually notices that, sees that there's not really a lot going on for Yu at the moment, running into, this is the 4th base location for the Xayid player, forcing all these workers back into this corner. And I think Sepe notices will take out so many workers, but we have a ton of Xayidlings right here trying to mitigate some of these losses. But no, Yu throwing out the GG, giving the victory to our purple Zerg player Sepe. Crazy cool Custom Scion Races cast. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below, or feel free to join my Discord and send over the replays there. I'll leave the links to both in the description of this video. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.